Hi guys, Alaska Crafty Gal Victoria here. I look silly, but I'm wearing my AirPods because I'm hoping that the sound is a little bit better because I'm recording on my phone today. But I have some things to show you that I've gone over and things that I've worked on and projects that I'm working on for the month of January. I know we're well into February. Today is the 7th of February, 2020, but I have my calendar for January and I kind of wanted to show you how I progressed. I did really good in January. I used a total of 1,742 grams of yarn. So I am well on my way to accomplishing my goal of 10,000 grams. Because at 10,000 grams of yarn in my stash used for the year, I would only need to use 833.33 grams and each month in order to reach that 10,000 gram goal by the end of the year. Well, I think I might reach that sometime this summer. So I might up that this summer depending on how things go and how things progress throughout the course of the year. Nevertheless, I have some projects to show you. I've been working. I'm probably going to go a little bit in order. I'm going to show you my finished objects first, and then I'm going to show you my works in progress, and then we'll just go from there. First and foremost, let me show you this. Dun, 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 dun. He's all done. My moose is all done from my Amigurumi book. I love him so much. He's big. Look at, and I have a big head. He's bigger than my head, but he's a good size. I love him so much. I don't know what happened, but one of his arms is a little smidge longer than the other, but I don't even care because I love him. And he's like humans, you know, perfectly imperfect. But I got his little tail. I did all his limbs. You guys, last when you saw him, I think I just had a few more bits to do, like his ears and his tail, I think one of the arms. But I finished him on January 25th. I finished him right there on January 25th. And I just love the way he turned out. He's perfect. He's a perfect addition to my little moose right back there. So he's all done. I think I'm going to name him Marvin. Marvin the Moose. I think that's a good name for him. I've already had a couple people ask me if I would make them one. One of them is commissioned. One is for a family member. The family member, obviously, I'm not going to charge them. Sometimes my family members will pay me to make stuff, but it's for somebody special, so I'm not going to charge them for it. And then I had a friend commission me to make one as well, and but she won't need it till Christmas time, so I have plenty of time to get that one done. So he's done. I love him. He was an easy pattern. I'm telling you guys, if you've got those Amigurumi books, they make really cute items. I went up, I think, half a hook size than what the pattern called for, if I can remember correctly. I did the eyes different. I didn't do the little eyebrows. I just didn't. I think he looks cute like that. I didn't do the eyebrows. And they called for those little smaller eyes, safety eyes, and I used bigger safety eyes in his. I don't know if you can see that, but I used bigger safety eyes. But he's so cute. I had a really hard time with the instructions on the hind quarters here, his legs, as far as sewing it on, but I got him done. But so that's that. That's one finished object. So my moose, he's gonna hang out back there by my water bottle. All right, then don't laugh at me. Oh my goodness. So I found this really stinking cute pattern for a Hershey Kiss for Valentine's Day. It's I have it written down here, amigurumifood.blogspot.com. I don't even know if I want to show you this finished object. It's finished, but I'm kind of disappointed in the way it turned out. It just looks like a scary piece of, I don't know, fruit. Okay, I had to get my dog to stop squeaking his dog toy. He hasn't squeaked it all day, and he decides right when I'm recording, that's when he wants to play with his squeak dog toy. Anyway, where was I? The amigurumifood.blogspot.com. The pattern is so cute. Clearly they used I believe it was a fingering weight, not a fingering, a DK weight yarn. I had some of that velvet yarn left over, and I'm trying to use scraps and things like that. So I decided to use velvet yarn and go up. I wanted it bigger, and he just looks terrifying. Look at, and what the heck? I used velvet yarn for that too, and it doesn't even look like a Hershey Kiss. He looks like a turnip. He looks like a turnip, but I'm calling this my failed amigurumi. He's a failed amigurumi project. He looks terrifying with his big eyes, but he's so ugly, he's cute. But the actual pattern is much cuter. Here it is. Let's see. There it is. It's so cute. Look at that cute little pattern. I don't know if you can see it that good because the glare. It's so cute. I didn't do the cheeks, but it's a free pattern. If you're interested, go to amigurumifood.blogspot.com. I will leave the link in the description box below, like I do with all of my patterns. If you want to attempt that little Hershey Kiss amigurumi, I'm going to probably do another one, and with the proper yarn and the proper hook size and the proper eyes. So that's another object that I finished. And then I finished a really cute thing. And I have a bunch of scrap cotton yarn left over. And just little tiny bits. And I found this chair socks. I'm going to put a photo in of what they look like on my chairs. But these little chair socks, I had all these little bits of leftover cotton scraps, and I didn't want the chairs, you know those little felt pads you can put on the bottom of the chairs? They always peel off. They just don't work well, I don't think. So I found this pattern by knittingwithchopsticks.com, and they're little chair socks, and they're so cute on the chairs. And what I love about them is they get dirty. You know, I have dogs, so if dog hair or they get dirty or whatnot, I can just pull them off, throw them in the washing machine, dry them, and I've got brand new, clean, fresh chair socks. So these are my little chair socks. I've got more to make. These are the only 4 I've done so far, but I have more cotton yarn. As you guys know, it was in my big drawer thing. So I'm going to make more, all the same colors, and do it for all of my chairs. I have 4 chairs inside and 2 extra chairs outside. And I'm going to enclose a picture here, or next, in the next slide. I'll enclose a picture of what they look like on my chair. Okay. The next thing I completed, these are 9 items, but they're very small. I told one of my goals for this year is to be more charitable. And I am crocheting soap sacks for the shelter. And I crocheted a whole bunch of soap sacks for the shelter here, local. It's a domestic abuse shelter, and it's called the Lee Shore Center. And I'm going to include all of these soap sacks, all different colors, and I'm including the soap as well. So I just made a whole bunch of soap sacks, all different colors, all out of my scrap cotton yarn. So I made 9 of those. I made 9 soap sacks, and These were a lot of fun to work up. This is a simple pattern. I know there's hundreds of soap sack patterns out there. I just wanted something I could whip up a lot of quickly, get my scraps used so that I can get these over there to the Lee Shore Center. I would love to mail these to you, Rose. I know you're doing something for a domestic shelter as well, but shipping is just so expensive for me to ship to everybody all the time, all the charitable things, and I decided to be more charitable locally this year. So I'm going to be donating these to a local shelter. This pattern for the soap sacks is by the Painted Hinge. I really love the patterns there. A lot of them are free, and she just has great patterns. She has great patterns, great from a beginner all the way up to advanced crocheters. But yeah, I got 9 of those done, so I was really happy with that project being completed. And then, let me pause this. I'm gonna go grab my calendar because I did my February hat already. And for those of you that are doing this with me, you're gonna love this month's animal. Hold on just one moment. Okay, so every month I am crocheting the animal for the month. So this, I'm doing the character hats for the kids' hats for charity. Last month was a seal. I showed you my seal hat for January. For February, it's this adorable, cute little koala bear. Isn't he cute? So, I made this super cute, simple pattern. This koala bear hat. Look at him. Look at little pom-pom ears. This pattern was so fun. It was quick, it was easy, and he's adorable. This little hat is so fun to make. I love it. It was such a cute pattern. It was simple, like I said, it was easy. The pom-poms are a little heavy, but I know that when it's on a head, they stay. They stay like they're supposed to. So this is the little koala bear hat pattern for the month of February. Another hat down for my kids' hats for charities. He's so cute. So this pattern is a pattern by crafterchick.com. It's also a free pattern. It just turned out so cute. It worked up really fast. I just used Red Heart Super Saver. I don't remember what color gray this is. And then I did like a light gray, dark gray combo for his ears. And they're just pom-poms. I made them on my pom-pom makers. And then you just crochet the eyes and nose separate. But this was so quick, so easy, and it turned out stinking cute. I think this is my favorite kids hat, character hat so far. So there it is, my koala bear hat. We're gonna move on to my works in progress. As you guys know, I am doing my temperature blanket for 2020. And my temperature blanket for the month total of yarn used was 221 grams. For the month of January, it measured approximately 7 inches. So I started here. This is my color chart. This is my color chart. So when I first started it, the average temperature was between 10 and 14 and colder. And then we progressed up to 9 degrees. So I started here. So it was between 10 and 14, and then it moved up, got colder. And then it warmed up a little here in the blue. We got into the blue and the dark purple, and the blue and the dark purple is between 25 to 34 degrees. So we moved up here into the dark purple and the blue, and then it started getting colder again, colder, and then warmed up again. And then I'm using gray, since I don't have gray as a color in my color chart. I'm using gray to separate the months. Whoops, fuzzy. So this is the end of January right here. And then this is February so far. I didn't do yesterday on Thursday, and I did not do today, which is Friday. I haven't done 2 days yet. So this is where I'm at so far. But I love, love, love the colors. And it's going to be the perfect size. So if every month measures approximately 7 inches, by the time I'm done, it's going to be 84 inches tall by, how big did I say it was? Let's see, I'll tell you real quick. About 62 inches wide. So 62 inches wide by 84 inches tall. So it's going to be a nice, perfect size for the top of my queen size bed. And a nice cozy blanket to snuggle up with, watching a movie with my husband or my kids. So this is just perfect. There's one thing that bothers me about it so far. 2 things. So this little tiny, I didn't notice it. This little tiny French knot, or not French knot, surgeon's knot. It didn't get tucked into one of the stitches. So, and then there's another one on the reverse side. Little knot right there. I just wasn't paying attention when I joined the yarn. But oh well, it is what it is. I'm not pulling it apart to fix it. I already had to pull back because I was using one app for the temperature. So starting here, and then I got a more accurate map. So I was up to here, I believe, on the 23rd. And then I found a better app to use. I'm using the Farmer's Almanac and past weather. And I looked back, and from the 21st up to the 10th or the 17th, it was wrong. So I had to pull out 5, 6, 7 rows, a week's worth, which isn't that big of a deal, but I had to pull out a week's worth and go back and correct it. So that's why you see the corrected temperatures here, 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 here. So I went back, pulled back, fixed it, and moved forward. And that, I think, is what caused some of my issues of not noticing some of those knots showing. But I don't even care. If it was a gift or if it was for somebody, I would pull back and fix that. But it's just for me, and I don't mind. So I've got, like I said, yesterday and today to add to it for February. But I am loving this project so much. I'm having so much fun with it. And I've been staying on task with it. So go me for sticking with it so far. I know it's only been a month and a week, but that's just that. And then you guys are going to be so proud of me. You remember the corner to corner blanket I'm working on for my husband? You remember? Do you remember how I started it and I was so proud of myself and I had like this much done? I have been working diligently on it in between everything else. So I believe the last time I showed it is when I first worked on it. And I had worked on that much. I was to there. That's it. I just had like this little triangle right here. Look how much I got done. Look at that. I got a bunch done. So it's working up nice and quick. It's such an addicting pattern to work on. And I am loving, 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 loving these colors. So I worked all the way from that spot there, where's that little tag? From this spot here, I've done all of this. All the way to here. All the way to here. And look at, I'm at the end of my yarn. So I have to start a new skein. I believe this is 2 skeins. It is. This is 2 skeins so far. And I thought 4 skeins would be big enough to make a blanket. I don't know if it is. So I might get to buy yarn. Because if I have to buy yarn to finish a project, I'm allowed to do that. But I still have 2 skeins. I'm going to be joining this one in next. And I still have another one after that. So we'll see how it goes. After I start on this third skein and see how wide it is, that will determine when I start decreasing and going back the other way. But I've been so happy. Look at those colors. Isn't it great? I know, Linda, you hate this yarn. You hate it with a passion. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I think it's really lovely. As a matter of fact, Linda from Just a Crochet Sister, she gave me a skein of this. It's down here on my variegated yarn shelf. And I have a couple corals, purples, and minty greeny. I might do another corner to corner using all of those combinations of this yarn. I love it. It's working out so nice. And once I'm done with it and wash it up, it's gonna be so cute. I'm so excited. I love this project so much. And he's so happy that I'm working on it. It's such a, I can't, you know, and now that I've got the pattern down, I keep thinking to myself, why couldn't I master this? It's such a relaxing pattern to work on, a corner to corner when you're sitting there watching videos or a movie or something. Perfect. I love it. Mindless work. And then another thing I'm working on, a work in progress, I got this flyer, literally was given to me for free at the junk shop because I was buying some crochet books and stuff. I don't know if you guys remember this, if I showed it to you or not, but I'm going to be making, since we're doing the Granny Square Canadian crocheter and everybody's working on Granny Squares, the Canadian crocheter has a challenge. Glenda from Creative Grandma has a challenge. Krista from The Secret Yarnery has a challenge. Everybody's doing Granny Squares. So I'm doing some of these dishcloths. They're all mini little cotton Granny Squares, and you turn them into dishcloths. I love that. I love that so much. I love these patterns in this. They're so cute. I'm gonna make these. I'm gonna make these, and I'm gonna make these ones. Not that these aren't cute, but they're just, you know, granny stitch. But I love these three. So I'm going to be making 2 of each one of those. And I got all of my little, none of my tails are sewn in, but I started working on all of my little inside color bits. And I'm doing them in, so there's 2 different shades of yellow. There's going to be some purple. And there's going to be some pinks. So I'm doing Easter colors. And they're just going to be real cute. And I'm going to be gifting some and keeping some. So I've been making a bunch of those. I have all my little tails to sew in. And then I'm doing the ecru color on the outside. So that's another work in progress. And then for the Secret Yarnery and Creative Grandma's Granny Square Challenge, this is one of the projects I'm working on. It is called Crochet Dilly Bag Pattern. I love it. I love it. It's like a bucket bag. I don't have the bottom on it yet, but this is the bag. And it measures about, let's see, about 8 inches wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 9. Well, 9. It's about 8 inches wide because it's going to be, you know, a bucket bag. So it's about 8 inches wide by 11 inches tall to here. It's not including this row or the top because I'm going to be sewing a liner inside and a liner with a pocket. And this is the bottom of the bag. I kept this unattached so that I can get a good dimension of the fabric I needed to cut for the dimensions. And then all I got to do is attach this to the bottom, and then that'll be super cute. That'll be the bottom of the bag. And then I've got the drawstrings made, and I held 2 different strands of yarn together to make the drawstrings a little thicker. And then you just weave them in and out of these here. And then this is going to be the liner that I'm using. It's like peach and white checkered. I cut my fabric already. It's actually over on the ironing board right now. This is the fabric I'm using to line the bag. and it's gonna have a purple pocket, a purple like flowery pocket to match like these colors right in this variegated. And this is all made using scrap yarn, and like this, all my from leftover, you know, from other projects. I just grabbed, this is the one that caught my eye, and I just based it off the colors that are in this. And I was like, I have some vintage yarn I'd like to use up. Peach isn't necessarily one of my favorite colors, but it kind of went with that. And I had these scrap balls, and I'm like, scraps, everybody's got them, you know? And I decided I loved all those colors together. And even though I'm not a big fan of peach, I love this bag. I love this bag. So this is one of the things I'm making for my 2020 season of the granny. And I have another project in mind because this one is working up so fast. I have another project that I want to do this month for that. So this is project number 1 for season of the granny. I'm loving making this bag. When I'm all done, I can't wait to show you. I just have to attach this bottom, sew my liner, which I have over there, sew the pocket on, sew the liner in, put it in, and sew it onto the, you know, attach my liner to my crochet. And when I'm all done, that'll be in my next video. I can show you how it turned out. So those are all my whips. Those are all my finished objects for crochet. I have been, oh, no, I lied. I lied again. Look at, I forgot to show you guys these. I have been doing loads and loads. Oh, wait. And loads more of my granny squares for my Christmas Afghan. So I am making a bunch of these. They measure, what did I say they measured? 1, 2, 3, they're 5 by 5. Yeah, they're 5 by 5. So I'm making all of these different granny squares for my Christmas blanket, and I can't wait for it to be done. I have so many to make, but luckily I have a whole year to get it done. But I have been working on these too. I have tons of them. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited. Season of the granny. That one won't be done by March 18th, but that's another work in progress. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. I appreciate you joining me and watching me and seeing everything I've been working on, motivating me and sending me positive messages regarding getting all of my projects and sticking to my goals. I've already started February. This is my new calendar for February. I've been doing some sewing. I'm going to make a separate video for all of my sewing, otherwise this will be too long. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all of my new subscribers joining me on my channel and taking the time out of your day to spend a little bit of that time with me. I value that very much. It's very much appreciated. I'm so grateful for all of you sticking with me. All right, guys, till next time, Alaska Crafty Gal Victoria here. See you soon. Bye-bye.